Hi, beautiful ladies. It's Friday today, so happy Friday. I hope that you're going to have a fun weekend. Both of my sons will be home this weekend. My older son is coming home to take his girlfriend out to dinner for Valentine's Day, and my younger son lives at home still, but he's having friends over tonight. So it'll be like, you know, I like the noisiness and the busyness in the house, as I've told all of you before. So I'm excited about that. And we don't really have a lot of weekend plans other than that, but the weather has been really nice here. It's been up into the 50s. Today it's supposed to be 57 and it's sunny. And so it's like a little taste of spring. I love in February when this happens because it reminds you, it's a respite from the horrible cold and snow, but it reminds you that spring is coming. And you know, it's just, I love it. So let me know what you're doing this weekend. I have a very chatty, get ready with me. It wouldn't be chatty at all if I weren't talking. I mean, it wouldn't be chatty. It wouldn't be a long video if I weren't chatting so much. But I wanted to talk to you guys, so that's what I'm going to do. So let's just, my dogs are getting so spazzy. So let's just jump in and get started. I'm going to start by applying the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer, Replenishing Primer, and this has prebiotics in it and coconut water, and it's really nourishing on my skin. I got this a few months ago, early in the winter, and I usually don't use a face primer, but this has been really helpful in, I don't know, just making my skin look smoother, even when it's a little dry. And I like the smell of it because it has coconut water in it, and it really does a good job of kind of making my makeup hang on there a little bit better. I like my foundation to like be a little bit sticky. Look how red I get. Every time I touch my face, that's how red I get. I get like this, but splotchy whenever I work out. Oh, and I started working out. I told you guys that I joined Pure Barre, and I've gone to 6 classes so far. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love it. If you have one by you, you should take a free class. There are women in their 70s in my class. There was a woman that was really pregnant in one of my last classes, like at the end of her pregnancy. Anybody can do it, and they are so encouraging. It is like the totally perfect workout for me because I don't like a lot of cardio, but I want to build strength and flexibility as I'm getting older. So I've been enjoying that a lot. The foundation I'm going to use today is not a new foundation. I've used this foundation for a long time, about 6 or 7 years ago. A lot of YouTubers were talking about it then. And this brand was in Ulta. I think it was in Sephora too. And now they don't carry this brand anymore. And I thought it was kind of fizzling out, but it's not. And it's Cover Effects. They have some really good products. But this foundation has made a comeback on TikTok and at the awards ceremonies for celebrities, either the Oscars or the Grammys. I don't know. I don't watch those ceremonies, but Cover Effects is what some of the celebrities used. And this is their Total Cover Cream Foundation, and they have repackaged it. I have mine in the old packaging, and I don't know if it's packaged the same way anymore. It came with a little sponge down here, and then this is the product up on top. Like a lot of products like this do, they separate the sponge so you can air it out. And it has a mirror here, and this is the product. My shade is L2, which is light with pink undertones. So I'm going to use a damp sponge instead of the sponge that comes with it. My sponge is just really like just barely damp. But that's how I like to apply this. This is the way I did it in the past. And so you'll be able to see how well it covers. You can see I've got redness, you know, I've got some redness around my eyes. I've got a blemish on my chin. I've got a few little blemishes over here. And we're just going to see how it does because I've always loved Cover Effects in the past. They had those Cover Effects drops that you could put in a foundation to either make it light or darker. And I thought that was like a pretty good product. I used the darker ones for some of my foundations that were a little too light. It was really nice. Just one little drop would really help. I'll check on their website and see if they still make that. And I don't know, my shade might be a little white for me. It looks like it, but I remember it does oxidize a tiny bit and then it was perfect. Plus, by the time I put on my blush, bronzer, and all the other products I use on my face, it's going to be perfect. And what I like about this is that it doesn't adhere to the texture on my skin. I have a little bit of texture here, and it doesn't emphasize that. And it also doesn't emphasize dry skin. It is a little bit of a thicker consistency, but it feels very light on the skin. And it does do a really good job of covering. I just have to make sure I blend it out really well. Okay, so that's how that looks. I do look a little pale, but I think this really is the best color for me. Because like I said, by the time I add on my bronzer and my blush and all that, and it oxidizes and kind of melts into my skin, I think it's going to be perfect. And it did do a good job of covering my blemishes and the redness I have on my skin. And I have used this in the past, like I mentioned, and it is really long wearing. It doesn't break up on my skin or anything like that. I mean, nothing to complain about. It does a really good job. It kind of adheres really well and stays put all day. It doesn't slide around, and it does kind of soak into your skin so you don't feel sticky or tacky or anything like that. And this is a really handy product to have in your purse too. If you like to bring your foundation with you or a little touch up, this is perfect for that because it works as a concealer or a foundation in one. I'm just gonna apply a little Anastasia Beverly Hills eyelid primer. Friday today, so it's probably going to be a longer day. We'll probably go out for dinner this evening, and my husband gets home around 6:30, so by the time we get anywhere, it's already 7. And you know, I want to look nice for him. I don't want to look like my makeup's all melting off. So there's that. I really like this. For this size tube, which lasts 100 years, it's like $13 or $14. It may have gone up. I remember I paid 12 or 13. I think it's like 13 or 14 now. It went up a tiny bit like everything else in the world. I just applied my Kosas Airbrow, and I just did it off camera because you guys have seen me use this a lot. It's my favorite eyebrow product. So I just applied that, and now I'm gonna go in with the good stuff. And I got this in December when Natasha Denona had a sale, and I checked the website before I started filming this, and she has a Valentine's sale going on, and it's 30% off all pink and red essentials. And I'm assuming this is essential. I love it. It's a face palette. You guys know me and my face palettes. I love the all-in-one face look. And I do have the Glam palette in light already, and it's one of my absolute favorite palettes. I use it all the time. And so I do also have this palette in the mini size, but the mini is really different. It's the same color scheme, but it's a different, the colors are different, and I will show it to you. So that way, if you have the mini already and you love the color scheme so much, you could pick this one up. This one has more mattes. They're all mattes in one kind of topper shade. It's not really, you know, it's like one of those really kind of wet eyeshadow looks that she's kind of known for. And there's only one in here, but you have sort of like an earthy, pinky shade, mauve-y, dusty shade. You have this beautiful purple shade right here. You have this very light pink here, and you have this kind of fuchsia shade right here. So did I put anything? Yeah, I did. I put the lightest pink on this finger. So there, oh no, I didn't. I did on my pinky. Okay, so the pinky and this, my index finger, have the light pink on them. And I showed you the topper shade. So this is what is in this large face palette. And then you also have like that plastic cover that everyone's doing now to protect your cream blushes. And she has like that kind of squishy thing that's going on these days. Pink, look at that. It's so pretty. You guys know I love a good pink. And then you also have a powder. This one's not a cream, but it feels creamy, and it's the perfect shade for me. It's kind of like that really light pinky highlighter, and it complements the pink very well. Okay, so I showed you the swatches for the face palette, and this is the mini Love palette. Okay, I have clean fingers now, and now I'm gonna swatch the mini for you so you can see how they're different. So the first shade is this really beautiful pink shade. Then you have a cream shade. That's not a topper. You could use this as an eyeshadow. You could use it like for your brow bone. You can use it for the inner corner. And the face palette doesn't have a shade like that. It just has the highlighter, which you could use for the same thing. So it still has something you can use for that, but it's not an eyeshadow like this one. And I really like this. Then it does have a purple in it, just like the other one. And this is the purple in this one. Let's compare it to the purple in the Love Face palette. Okay, so they're a little slightly different. This is this mini Love palette, and this is the face palette. So this one's a little more mauve-y or duskier, you know? And this one's a little bit, I don't know, just a solid purple. So the purples are similar, but still different. Okay, then you have this shade. And this one is like just a really pretty like mauve, and the face palette doesn't have that shade. It has that pink shade, and this one doesn't have that light pink shade. So totally different. And then you have another like sparkly shade. So you have this one, and this one are sparkly shades and 2 mattes, whereas the other palette has 4 mattes and 1 topper shade. And then you could use the highlighter also if you need to for like inner corner and stuff. And that's what this looks like. So look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, they're both beautiful. Do you need both? No, nobody does. But is it nice to have both? Absolutely. And I did get, I think I paid full price for this one when it came out, which these would have gone up. I think they used to be $25. Correct me if I'm wrong, and now they're $27. But the face palette, it's similar but different. So this is the one I'm going to use today. So the look I'm going to do for you is pretty simple, and it's my favorite look so far. With this palette, you can do a lot of different things because there's like, you know, you've got different shades of pink and purple, which are really different. But I'm going to do what I've been doing lately and what I really like. And so the first thing I'm going to do is go in with the pink shade right here and pick that up on just like a fluffy Angie Hot and Flashy brush. And the mattes are a little bit dusty, nothing crazy, but they are a little bit dusty. So you guys, I joined like kind of, it's called a care group at my church, and it's a Bible-based care group, and I signed up for the anxiety depression group, and I go on Tuesday nights from 6:30 to 8:30, and I've gone twice so far, and I really like it a lot. The ladies in my group are just wonderful. I didn't know what to expect at all, but it's a lovely group, and it's, like I said, biblically based. And so far, we've only talked about one topic, and that topic is gratitude. And I'll go into that more in a second. Okay, so I have the pink above my crease and up through my brow bone. And you know what? I've never done this, but I'm going to take this shade. I'm going to go rogue here. I think I'm going to need a smaller brush for that. And this is also from BK Beauty. It's just like one of their travel brushes. I love the travel set. I like how small the brushes are. They feel like they're made for like smaller eyes. And I have normal eyes. I wouldn't say they're overly large or small. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I feel like they're naturally hooded and kind of deep set, but I don't know. They're not super small and they're not super large. Okay, so there. Oh, that's kind of pretty. It's kind of like a sunset look. I'm going to really blend that out. I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used to the pink and just kind of blend. And it's really nice because it's not muddying up. It's not changing the pink. Kind of looks like I've got a sunset going on, a summertime sunset. Pick up a little bit more and do this side. So with the topic we've covered so far, well, the first thing we do is we go around the group and we talk about how each of us, we have like this little paper, laminated paper, the leader passes around, and we talk about how we're doing emotionally, intellectually, physically, spiritually, and there's one more I can't remember, but we kind of rank them 1 through 5, and just it gives us a chance to kind of talk about what we're dealing with and how our week was. And I love that. It's so supportive because it really helps us to get to know each other. And I love that we start that way. And then the topic we've been covering is gratitude. And I'll go more into that in a second. You all know what gratitude is, but I'll still just share with you what I know. Now I'm going to take the purple. So what I've been doing is just using the pink and then going in with the purple. But today I added that shade. So let's go in with the purple. And I am going to take my small brush. Again, I kind of wiped it off here on a tissue. It's the brush that I used for the kind of, I don't know, peachy shade. And I'm going to put the purple in the outer corner. And these blend so nicely. The quality is really, really nice. They don't look muddy and they're creamy, but they're powders and they just stay put all day. I just really like the quality of these a lot. So basically everything, you probably have all heard this before, let me know if you haven't. But when you're thankful and you think of all kinds of things to be thankful for, one lady in my group shared, that every morning as soon as she opens her eyes, she starts thanking God. Thank you for my bed. Thank you for the warmth that I have here. Thank you for, just all these things before her feet hit the ground. I do that sometimes, but I usually do my Bible study, my traditional Bible study that I do on Tuesday mornings, first thing in the morning with my coffee. So I feel like I do start my day that way, but I think that's a really good habit that as soon as your eyes open, just give thanks. It kind of sets your day in motion with a thankful heart. So I thought that was a good tip. So I'm passing it on to all of you. Some of us have to work in the morning. We don't get to sit around and have our coffee and read their Bible and do Bible study. So it's a great way for us to kind of do that, on your way to work in the car or whatever. You can give thanks anywhere. I hear Kenny crunching on something. He had my reading glasses. He's been getting into so many things lately. I have to totally revamp underneath my bed. I keep all my makeup cases under there, and then I have some baskets with makeup cases with different things in them, just to kind of keep organized and have everything right at my fingertips. But lately he's been going under my bed. He sneaks away during the day and he gets into stuff, and yeah, it hasn't been good. It hasn't been good at all. He's ruined a few things. Okay. So I've got that purple on, and you can build this up to your desired pigmentation. I have it kind of sheer, but I am going to maybe build it up a little bit more. Kenny, he's trying to get on my lap. Come on. He's my little sidekick. He is like the best thing for my anxiety and depression. Just having my little companion here. He's like my emotional support. And he's getting kind of big. I mean, he wasn't supposed to be growing, but I think he's eating right, and he's been growing. We do have an electric fence. He's wearing the collar. I don't like him to wear the collar. Usually when they get like one little zap, they learn the sound of the beeping when they approach the electric fence, and it warns him so he doesn't get shocked. But I had to kind of retrain him because when we first got him, I put it on him and then I took it off and left it off. But lately he's been squeezing himself into my neighbor's yard through the fence and wandering around her yard. And, I want to be at peace with my neighbors. So that can't be happening. Right, Kenny? Okay, up you go. So anyway, just giving thanks on and off throughout the day. It really makes you thankful for the things you have. It makes you realize the things that you have and how better off you are than you might realize. But it also is giving thanks. I give thanks to God and praise him for taking care of me. And that's a good thing. I think it's a really good thing to do. I'm just going to take this little pointed pencil brush and I'm going to go back into sort of like that peachy shade, whatever it is, mauve-y, rosy shade. And I'm just going to go underneath my lower lash line with that, just to kind of tie everything together. It's going to look weird without mascara and eyeliner because it's going to make me look ill. But once I have everything else on, I think it'll be just fine. So there's that. Okay, and now I'm gonna use the topper shade. And I always find the topper shade goes on best with my finger. If I try to put it on with a brush, I don't know, it just kind of thins it out too much. And since it's not really a super, it's not like, I mean, you could wear it by itself for sure, but I like to use it just right here. And so I don't want to sweep it around too much. And look how pretty that is. I hope you can see that. Just a little glow there. I love that wet eyeshadow look. And I feel like you could wear this to work. You just go light with the wet shade. You know, if you work in a, I don't know, if you work in like, I don't know, I guess maybe not. If you have like a very serious job and, oh, this is definitely more of a nighttime look, I guess, with the topper shade. But if you work like in a bakery or work somewhere kind of like a little more fun where you don't have to take yourself so seriously, I think it could definitely be a daytime makeup look even for work. I mean, because sparkles make everyone happy. Not only do they make you happy and me happy, but other people are happy. I do get compliments on this eyeshadow look a lot. Just make sure they're very equal. And what I like is that that wet shade is so sheer that even if I put it up a little bit higher, you can still see the other matte shades beneath it. So before I go on with the cheeks, I'm going to put on a little bronzer and I'm going to finish out my eyes by putting on a little eyeliner and mascara. Okay, I have a new mascara to try for you and it's from the drugstore. I showed it to you in my car video that I recently did the day I purchased it, and I've worn it twice already. I wore it yesterday and the day before. I was going to do a first impression, but with mascaras, I feel like you don't know how they're going to wear throughout the day. Are they going to flake? Are they going to smudge? Are they going to smear? Is it going to irritate your eyes? All that kind of stuff. So I thought that I would wear it a few times for long days so I can give you a more thorough review. And it's the L'Oreal Voluminous Panoramic Mascara. Did I say that already? This is what it looks like. And it has like a silicone or rubber bristle brush that's not overly flexible. It's got a little flexibility to it, but it's not super flexible like the Maybelline, the one that I love, the Maybelline Sky High, which I love, but some of you have told me that brush is really flexible and you didn't like that. Just like one or two of you have said that, but so I want to point out that this one isn't overly so. And I like the shape of the brush and I like that it's really small because it can get into your corner and get all those teeny tiny little lashes, which I really like. I remember a few years ago, I tried the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara and the brush is just ginormous. It's like ridiculous. It was like bigger than my eye. It was a good mascara, but that brush was insane and it was a little tricky to use, to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this looks, how I apply it. And so I do like that it has a good suction. You can hear that. So it cleans off most of the extra mascara on the wand. And then I just kind of start in the outer. This is how I always do my mascara, and then work my way in. And it is kind of a thickening and lengthening mascara from what I can see on my own lashes. That's going over it as many times as you just saw, and I don't have any clumps or anything like that. Now I'm gonna do the bottom lashes, and I use like the end of the brush for this because it does get those teeny tiny little bottom lashes. And now I'm gonna do the other eye, and then I'm gonna come back and do a second coat. Hold on. Okay, this is just one coat, and I'm actually really satisfied with the way that it looks with just one coat. But I'm gonna build it up to 2 coats so that way you can see how it builds up. And I did talk a little bit in the comment section with my friend Andrea here. Hi, Andrea, my YouTube subscriber friend. And she told me that she tried this and it didn't work out for her because she expected it to be like the Fan Fest. I think that's from Benefit. And she didn't think it was. And she said it irritated her eyes. This does not irritate my eyes. And I told you when I first got this that I didn't read any reviews or watch any videos. I just wanted to make up my mind about this completely on my own. And so I did wear it for those 2 days. And I did expect it to fan out my lashes because it is called panoramic. So I expected it to kind of like give me panoramic lashes, and I think it does. I think it makes my lashes look nice and long. And so what I've noticed the past couple of days is that it doesn't flake and it doesn't smear on me. And a lot of mascaras smear underneath my eyes, even the Lash Paradise that everyone loves. I can't wear it because it does kind of transfer up and underneath my eyes because I have an oily orbital area. This one doesn't do that. And I took a nap one day, the first day I wore it, and it didn't transfer beneath my eyes, and I did work out in it and got sweaty and everything the second day that I wore it yesterday, and it did really, really well. I didn't have anything to clean up afterward. So being a fresh new tube, it might not last like that. We'll have to report back. But I do want to continue to use it every day until the tube is empty, because I want to see like how long I want to really review it. You know, I don't want to just try it once, review it for you guys, and then be done. I'll come back when the tube is empty in about 2.5 months, and I'll let you know. I got a waterproof eyeliner from L'Oreal Infallible, and I got white. I usually use nude in my bottom waterline to brighten my eyes, but lately a lot of people are using white. It's like the trend, and I do think it's really good. I have to be careful though, because if it gets in my lashes, it just looks weird. You have to be very careful when you apply it, but even the nude is like that. I really like the Tarte Fake Awake for the nude, and Rimmel makes a nice nude one as well, but this one's really good. And to finish out my eyes, I'm gonna go in with the highlighter that comes in the palette, and I'm just gonna pick some up on a small shader brush, and I'm gonna put this in the arch of my brow as a highlight. And I'm also going to use it here in my inner corner, just to brighten up my inner corner. And now we're gonna move on to cheeks. And I am talking a lot, so this video is gonna take a little bit longer, but I love face palettes because they're so easy to get ready with, because everything's right here in one palette. And I'm just gonna pick up the cream shade on my finger, like so, and I'm going to place it right on the apple. And I love this because it's that really bright pink. And I know you guys are saying, Dawn, you tell us that every time you use a really brightening pink. The cool pinks like this, makeup artists use to brighten people's faces because they are so brightening. These are really creamy, but they don't slide around. It's like a cream to powder, and they stay put all day long. They're very long wearing. They kind of melt with your skin. Everything feels very lightweight on my skin. And now I'm gonna use my Anastasia highlighter brush and go into the highlighter once more and just hit the tops of my cheekbones, tip of my nose, Cupid's bow. So I'm going to finish everything off with a Maybelline lipstick in number 222 Flush Punch. And it's like a really pretty nudie pink, peachy nudie pink, like that. And I'll show you how it looks. And I'm just going to put a little lip gloss right in the center. So this is the finished look. I'm going to bring you in close. So I shared a few new to me products, an oldie but a goodie that has made a comeback. And then the Natasha Denona Love Face Palette, definitely worth it if you pick it up on sale. I never pay the full price for these face palettes, but it's on sale right now for 30% off. So it's a good time to strike while the iron's hot. And if you haven't subscribed to emails already, I think you might be able to get a percentage off on top of that as well. And then the new Panoramic Mascara from L'Oreal. So far, I love everything that I've tried. And I also wanted to share with you these little earrings. I have a matching necklace for these, and I got them from Kate Spade a couple of years ago, but I love to wear them starting now through like March, like little heart, red heart stud earrings. They don't match everything, but they're appropriate at this time of year because love is in the air. And yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed the review of these new products to me, and let me know, have you tried them? What do you think of them? Do you plan on trying them? And do you have any Valentine's plans? Let me know down in the comments. And I wanted to leave you with a verse that has been very helpful to me right now during this time of struggle with some anxiety and depression. And I am feeling good today in the days that are sunny. So I know there's a big seasonal component, but I know that that's not all it is. I've been doing a lot of things to kind of help combat my anxiety and depression. So I joined Pure Barre, and I've been loving it and enjoying it immensely. My head is clear while I'm there. I feel excited going, and I feel accomplished when I'm done, which is perfect, right? That's perfect for a workout. And then I joined my anxiety depression care group at my church, which has been very helpful. I've been meeting some lovely supportive women, and my Tuesday morning ladies on my regular Bible study have been such a help to me. The one thing I wanted to say, I was very quiet about how I was feeling for a very long time. I mean, this all started in like when my dad got sick, like about 18 months ago, maybe even a little longer. And I was white knuckling it through and not sharing. And it built up. And you know, whatever you stuff down eventually is going to come out in a very big way. So I would say, let people know, let people that love you and care about you, or if you're in a woman's group of any kind, like I am, reach out. I actually, you know, I had trouble sharing it at first to my Tuesday morning Bible study ladies. So I sent an email, and oh my gosh, the flood of support that came in. And I tell you guys about it, and you give me all that support. So sharing it with you has helped me, because you're talking about it. You're talking about it and not stuffing it down. But I do have a verse, because what I've been thinking lately is that God is doing something during this time. I'm feeling alone, and I'm feeling sad sometimes, like really, really, really sad. And during that time, I'm reaching out to God a lot. And I mean, I reach out to, you know, you kind of forget about, you don't forget about him, but you know what I mean? Like when you're struggling or suffering, he's way more on your mind than when things are great. What was I going to say about that? Menopause brain. But anyways, I know he's doing something. I know he's doing something in me, and this is happening for a reason, and I don't want to waste that reason. So this is the verse that has been speaking to me, and it might help some of you. So I'm going to share it with you while I wear these giant glasses. It's Isaiah 43:19, and this is the verse. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. And that is such an encouraging verse to me during rough times. It shows God's heart toward us, that he's doing a new thing, that he's making a way in the wilderness, and he's making streams in the wasteland. And streams are refreshing. So it's like I feel like I'm in a wasteland sometimes, but he's making that way. So it's a process, and I'm holding tight to this verse because God is doing something new in my heart and in my life. And like I said, I don't want to waste it. So thank you for spending some time with me. I hope that you have a blessed and beautiful weekend, and I'll see you soon.